Anxious at work? Here's how to survive and succeed with generalized anxiety disorder. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Zachy, and today we're getting into something a lot of us silently deal with but rarely talk about out loud: generalized anxiety disorder at work. You know, that constant pit in your stomach during meetings, or the stress sweat that hits when your boss says, "Can we chat?" Yeah, that. If you've ever felt like you're living with a tiny panic button in your chest, one that gets pushed every time your inbox dings, then trust me, you are not alone. GAD doesn't clock out at 5 p.m. It follows you into work, into your emails, and sometimes even into your lunch break. But here's the thing. You can manage anxiety in a professional setting without quitting your job or moving to the woods to live with goats, although, let's be honest, that does sound peaceful. In this video, we're going to unpack how GAD shows up at work, what makes it worse, and the real-life strategies that can help you not just survive your job, but actually show up and thrive. All right, let's set the foundation. What exactly is generalized anxiety disorder, or GAD? It's not just occasional nerves or being a little stressed. GAD is an ongoing, often overwhelming sense of worry, like your brain is constantly searching for something to freak out about. At work, it can feel like walking through a minefield of potential mistakes. You overanalyze your messages. You apologize for things that weren't your fault. You replay conversations in your head, worried you said the wrong thing. Even when your performance is solid, there's this internal voice whispering, "You're not doing enough." It's exhausting mentally, physically, emotionally. So why does the workplace make it all worse? Well, the modern work environment is anxiety's playground. Think about it. Tight deadlines, vague expectations, unpredictable meetings, group chats that never stop pinging. It's like being on edge as part of the job description. And if you're already living with GAD, all those stressors feel magnified. Add to that the culture of constant productivity, the pressure to always be on, to respond immediately, to prove your worth through your output, and you got the perfect storm for anxiety to take over your workday. Even jobs you love can become anxiety traps when your brain doesn't feel safe. But here's where it gets better. There are things you can do, starting with creating structure. One of the best ways to quiet the chaos is to plan your day with intention. Start with a simple checklist organized by priority. When your brain's racing with 17 things at once, a to-do list is like giving your anxiety a roadmap. It doesn't fix everything, but it can create enough clarity to take the edge off. And bonus tip, schedule your breaks. Seriously, put breathe on your calendar if you have to. Now, let's talk about the voice in your head, the one that's always whispering worst-case scenarios. That's your inner critic, and it's relentless when you have GAD. It'll tell you you're annoying your co-workers, that your work isn't good enough, that you're going to mess up this next project. But here's a radical idea. You don't have to believe every thought you think. Start talking back to that voice. Replace "I'm terrible at this" with "I'm still learning." Replace "they're going to think I'm stupid" with "I did the best I could with the info I had." Small changes in self-talk can change how you experience your whole day. Another game changer? The 5-4-3-2-1 grounding method. When anxiety hits hard, whether it's during a meeting or while staring blankly at your screen, use your senses to ground yourself. Name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 you can smell, 1 you can taste. This technique works because it brings your brain out of fear mode and into the present. You don't need candles or crystals, just awareness. Let's also tackle email anxiety, aka the overthinking Olympics. If you reread your messages 5 times, rewrite your sentences to sound less weird, or worry for hours about how someone will interpret your tone, I see you. Here's the thing. Most people are reading your email once, maybe twice, and moving on. Keep your emails clear, kind, and concise. You don't have to defend yourself or over-apologize. Your worth is not measured by your emoji-to-word ratio. And yes, please take micro breaks. These don't have to be full-on coffee breaks or midday yoga. Just a couple of minutes every hour to stand up, breathe, look away from your screen, or stretch your legs. These moments of rest can interrupt the buildup of anxiety throughout the day. It's not laziness. It's a mental health strategy. Now, here's something that might feel scary: talking to someone about your anxiety at work. I'm not saying you need to write a memoir to your manager, but if you have a supportive supervisor or HR team, it can be incredibly helpful to let them know what you're managing. Try something like, "Hey, just a heads up, I'm working on managing some anxiety. So if I ever need to step away for a breather, that's why." You might be surprised by the empathy you get in return. And even if you don't feel safe disclosing, simply knowing you're allowed to care for yourself can be empowering. That brings us to something crucial. Sometimes deep breathing and checklists just aren't enough. And that's not a failure. It's reality. Therapy can be a life-changing part of managing GAD, especially with a professional who understands anxiety. There are evidence-based tools and strategies you can learn that are specific to how your brain works. And if medication becomes part of your journey, that's okay too. There's zero shame in taking care of your mental health by whatever means work for you. And finally, I just want to say this. You are not failing at your job because you're anxious. In fact, the opposite is true. You're juggling your workload and managing an invisible condition that tries to convince you you're not good enough every single day. And yet, you keep showing up. That's powerful. That's resilience. That's strength. So here's the big takeaway. Your anxiety doesn't define your value. You are allowed to exist in professional spaces, not just as a worker, but as a full human being. You deserve to feel safe, supported, and seen, even if your brain is loud sometimes. If this video made you feel understood, even a little bit, do me a favor. Give a like, share it with someone who might need it, and make sure to subscribe to the channel at Zakaprat for more honest conversations about mental health, self-awareness, and real-life tools to help you feel like yourself again. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Take care of your mind, take care of your body, and don't forget, you're doing better than you think. I'll see you in the next one.